Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, giving our Champions League review. We've had a massive week of Champions League action, the first week of Champions League action under the new system, under a new league phase system, and I feel like it has given us some good games and given us some good shocks. We're going to go talk through all them games now and talk through what's really been a highlight for me and what's good to look at. Starting with Juventus first. I'm going to slowly go through it. It's not going to be like a massive where we go through everyone in detail we do with the Premier League review. This is literally just going to be quick reviews on the games and what I think about the games. Like Juventus beating PSV. Obviously, I've not watched all the games. A lot of them I've just seen the scores and stuff like that. And I've watched the highlights and quite a few, but it's different. Like Juventus versus 3-1. I had a lot of people in my comments on the prediction video not rating Juventus, not thinking Juventus will do well this season. Juventus and Thiago Motta are going to do really well, and I feel like this is a really good game to show off how well they are going to do this season. PSV are not just a throw-over team. They're not obviously a fantastic team. They're not like a Bayern Munich and stuff like that, but it's a good statement. 3-1 from Juventus there. Villa giving a good statement. I know it's only against young boys, but young boys away, it's always tough to get some points in the away. As Jose Mourinho said, you got to win your home games and draw your away games. Villa, they win their away games too, so no complaints there. AC Milan did actually lead the game, but it's not the first time they've led a game against Liverpool and lost it in the end. Liverpool scored 3 goals. This seems to happen before, but I think the highlight game of the first day has to be. And I was watching Man United. I was at the United game while this was going on. But Bayern Munich 9, Zagreb 2, 11 goals, and it just shows the action is there. The action is all there. You know, the action has not disappeared. And Harry Kane getting 4 goals, showing some business. I said this in my review after that game, talking about how right now everyone's got Haaland on the mouth. Everyone's talking about Haaland. What can Haaland do this season? End of the season, everyone's going to be talking about what Kane did this season. Kane is going to have an insane season. He's been showing it in the Bundesliga already. A lot of people don't actually follow the Bundesliga as much as they do follow the Premier League. Kane is going to have an incredible season this year. Kane will break Lewandowski's record this year for Bundesliga goals, and he's going to have a mental season in Champions League as well. I think he's going to get his trophies this year. He might even get a treble. Real Madrid, Stuttgart 3-1. I feel like Real Madrid always, have a bit of a shaky start, but Endrick scored an absolute incredible goal in the game, and Mbappe got his goal as well on his Champions League debut for Madrid. I saw the thing that Endrick said after the game, which I really liked, saying he did see Vinicius and he did see Mbappe, but he was like, yeah. And that's why Endrick will make that next level, because he's ready to take these moments. He's ready for these moments. And then Victor Gyökeres scoring a goal for Sporting to beat Lille, which I think is Sporting Lille is a very, very good mid-table clash there. I feel like both teams can do something in the Champions League, but not anything great. But Sporting get the win over there is really, really good for Sporting's sake, because when it comes to later in the season, those points here are going to be vital. It's going to get to a narrow point. I did it in our Champions League predictions on the channel. You can see it does get narrow. It seems Bologna, Shakhtar, I feel like they're 2 lower clubs that are going to be fighting for a bit more. Getting a 0-0 draw, I think it's good for both teams. Getting the points where it's needed. Sparta Prague, a team a lot of people are saying have no chance of doing anything. Winning 3-0, showing they have a chance of doing something. I said it's another good win there for him. Celtic putting 5 past Slovan Bratislava, but also conceding a goal. I don't think it's mixed bag. It's the same way as United beating Barnsley 7-0. I like the result, but what's it going to do for us? Is it going to push us on? We'll wait and see. Dortmund beating Club Brugge 3-0, as you'd expect them to do. Man City versus Inter Milan is the game that everyone's talked about, saying how these big games aren't going to show all the action that they used to, like they do in the late stages of competition, when it's like, if you don't win the game, you're going to get knocked out. So the teams now will just draw the games, but I don't feel like that is the mentality that teams will give it, because if you don't win your games, then you're falling the risk of having to play an extra 2 games, which teams, you got Rodri and Bernardo Silva saying, they're playing too much and stuff like that. City need to finish in that top 8 then, so they don't play them extra 2 games, and here the players complain even more, saying, we played all these games. Be better, be better, be worse, either of them works. And then PSG scraping past Girona with a 1-0 win. I think a game like that shows how the big teams need to play hard against each other, because when we get to the later stages and then points mean a lot, the points are going to matter, because the small teams aren't lying down, and I think small teams lying down is very well shown in the Atalanta versus Arsenal game. Atalanta were the better team, ending 0-0 again, like the Inter Man City game, but Atalanta were the better team. Atalanta should have won the game. If it wasn't for Ryan making 2 incredible saves, Atalanta would have won that game. Arsenal just did not look threatening whatsoever. And you've got to question it. It's like, you know, these clubs will challenge. I mean, Atalanta aren't a bad club. Obviously, the Europa League winners. They played in the Super Cup this year. But Arsenal are a better team on paper than them. But yeah, Benfica beating Red Star. Leverkusen welcoming themselves to the Champions League again with a massive 4-0. Florian Wirtz getting 2 goals, and they were 4-0 up by half time, and they kind of just chilled in the second half. Feyenoord, though, that is a big loss for Feyenoord. Obviously losing Arne Slot this season. I just feel like it's a bad result for Feyenoord. Bad result for Leipzig as well. Talking about big teams not playing each other. Atletico and Leipzig were both pot A, and Atletico took the win. Brest and Sturm Graz, and then Monaco beating Barcelona. Eric Garcia getting sent off, and Lamine Yamal scoring a goal. Lamine Yamal showing that he is going to be a big part of Barcelona this season. But Monaco's throwing shocks in there. Once again, it shows these big teams have got to play big against the big opponents. And if they don't, they might fall on the risk of stuff like this. Because I do feel like City will lose to Sporting. I still have that inkling in my mind that City will lose to Sporting. I actually forgot to do my Super 6 this week as well for the Champions League, which is a bit annoying, but it is what it is at the end of the day, innit? That is going to end this video now, guys. We've talked through like what it's going to be. I feel like this series will develop as the season goes on, and we'll see how the series needs to develop. But right now, it was just me talking about my feelings of like each of the games and how I feel like it's setting up for each of the teams' seasons and how it can affect them later on. But yeah, that is the end of the video, guys. I do thank you for watching. Like the video, leave a like, you can see more, subscribe, because I'm on the channel every single day. Thank you for watching, guys, and hopefully I do catch you next time.